Okay, generational talent. We missed last week, so we want to address that first and foremost. It's a busy week. We have lots of family stuff. Holiday season, new year, new me, all that.
We did have a lot going on, but so much went our way, which was also awesome.
Yeah, just, another week, another Seattle win. And then obviously this week we'll talk about how Seattle did a lot. But yeah, first and foremost, this is Generational Talent, the sports NFL specific podcast hosted by the father and son duo of Travis and Tommy Crowder. I'm Tommy.
I'm Travis, and we've got some special guests coming on later in the show. I love it.
We do. Yeah. But as per the usual, for segment one, we're going to dive into the Generational Talent top 10 takeaways of the final week of the NFL regular season. Are you ready, Dad?
Yeah, let's do it.
We're going to start off with a fun one. I don't know if you saw this, if you watched the Manning cast or not.
I didn't watch those. I never do. Sorry.
I do sometimes. Depends on who's the guest. And this week's guest was Marshawn Lynch.
Okay.
And right off the bat, Marshawn's talking about and apologizing for the last time he was on. He had accidentally let some cuss words slip, causing them to get an FCC fine and all that. And so he immediately starts off by being like, all right, so let's just get it out of the way. And he drops the F-bomb and the S-word right there on the Manning cast.
I love it. I love it.
Classic Marshawn Lynch.
Who doesn't love Lynch? That's what I love about him. I know he has his moments, but in general, he's just funny.
Yeah, no, he is. Number 9, I've got Riley Leonard getting his first NFL start with the Colts against the Texans and looked surprisingly very good against what is supposed to be a very stingy Texans defense.
Oh, I think they are a good defense. I think the kid did play that good because that defense is good.
Yeah, no, and the fact that they kept it number one, a high-scoring game was surprising, but so close.
Yeah. It's one of those that I do think, they're going to have an interesting locker room when Daniel Dimes comes back, Danny Dimes.
Yeah.
But I think it was a good move too. By the way, I know you probably have it in your top 10, so I won't take away anything. But with all the coaching carousel that is, I think it was fair to leave Steichen alone.
I agree. I don't think Steichen's a problem there.
Yeah.
Number 8. Yeah. The AFC West had some of the worst offense this week. I don't know if you know this. AFC West, all 4 teams did not score a single touchdown this week.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Oh
so AFC West, of course, guys, is the Raiders, Chiefs, Chargers, and Broncos. Not a single one of those teams, and they all played each other this week, but not a single one of them scored touchdowns. Every points made was all through field goals.
I did not. That's a crazy stat. I did not know that.
Yeah, AFC West, trash offense.
A little slow. Boring.
Next up, we've got the Panthers winning the NFC South with a losing 8-9 record.
Yeah, that division's, you can say competitive. I mean, out of all of it, I am glad Carolina made it. I think, the trend went that way, and I think they were more deserving. Those guys are playing better football than the others.
Honestly, to me, the frustrating part is the Falcons and the Saints have had a stronger last 4 weeks than both the Buccaneers and Panthers. How
do you say the Saints quarterback's name?
Shuck.
Shuck. I will say that kid did pretty good. I think you have something to build on. I like their young coach. Mm-hmm. I think I told you that kid's from Prosser, Washington, where Mom.
Is it Kellen Moore? Is that
Kellen Moore? Yeah. He's from Prosser. He's from where Papa John is, Kelly's dad.
His draft class, because he was drafted into the NFL, and a lot of
came out of Boise. He went to Boise College.
And a lot of the same people that he was drafted with are still playing.
Right. Oh yeah, it's crazy.
That's how young he is.
I mean, Prosser, to give you an idea too. I mean, you've been there. Yeah, a little bit bigger than Urington.
Yeah, very small.
Yeah, so I'm rooting for him. I don't want him to lose his job. So I think they have something to build on. I mean, I do think they do have some aging folks on the defensive side and your running back. You have Olave and you have the quarterback, but I do think that team's got a good makeup.
Yeah. Number 6, I've got the Steelers managing to get into the playoffs with a last-minute Ravens missed kick.
Yeah, and I feel bad for that kid. I do think he's a good kicker, and that kid, just with the eye test, took that so hard. Yeah. I mean, yes, he's got one job to do, but we all can agree. We've talked about it. They weren't in that position only because of him. There was a lot of guys that didn't step up. Where was Lamar the first 3 quarters of that game? So yeah. I think, and Pittsburgh, you guys know it. You lucked out. You guys lucked out. Me personally, I don't think either one of those teams would have gone anywhere anyways. But
I don't think either of them are going to go far in the playoffs at all.
No.
Number 5, I've got the fun fact of as soon as generational talent starts up, the Seahawks become elite. So you're welcome, Seattle.
Well, and I just like the fact that you and I get to enjoy January too.
Yeah, no, that's nice. Number 4, we've got some head coach firings. We've got Raheem Morris, Kevin Stefanski, Jonathan Gannon, and Pete Carroll all fired on Monday.
And you have also 2 other openings. Don't forget, you have the Giants and you have, because remember those were interim.
True.
You have the Giants and you have Tennessee. You have 6 open positions.
Yeah.
Stefanski's the one that stands out. He's going to get picked up. I personally think he should go to the Falcons. I think that is a team that's got weapons, or the Giants. But I definitely think Stefanski is the one out of that whole group. We'll find another head coaching gig.
And I think I saw, maybe I misread it this morning, but I think I saw Cliff Kingsbury as a coordinator was fired as well.
Oh, really? With Washington?
I believe so. Yeah, let me double check.
I think he'll probably get interviewed. I personally think he stunk when he was with the Arizona Cardinals. Personally, I do.
Yeah, they parted ways with Cliff Kingsbury this morning.
I think, though, a lot of that, Tommy, is because he's being interviewed. I think he's probably going to be one one of these
he really
teams.
turned the Cardinals around.
No, when he went to be offensive coordinator with Washington.
I know, with Washington. They just looked horrible this year.
I don't get me wrong. I think he does run the risk of being, what's his face, the guy from New England. McDaniels.
Yeah.
I mean, I do think he runs that risk because, dude, you were a loser head coach the first time.
Or Josh Daniels, right?
McDaniels. Josh McDaniels.
Is it McDaniels or is it just Daniels?
It's McDaniels.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because immediately I think of the coach for Miami.
No. That's Mike.
McDaniel?
Might be McDaniels. Yeah, I'm getting them mixed up. But yeah, that I think he runs the risk of being in that category.
Oh yeah,
I don't think
coach.
I wouldn't be chasing him down, but
I wouldn't either.
Stefanski's the only one out of that whole group I like.
Yeah, no, I agree. And Pete Carroll, love the guy. You're not the hassle with Pete Carroll and why the Raiders I think made a bad move by bringing him on as head coach is they were clearly in a rebuild period, and you brought on a coach that's not going to be able to coach for long term.
I think that, and I do think too. He wanted his boy with him, and I don't think. Geno was the right fit.
No.
It was one thing when it worked in Seattle, but he did not fit in with the Raiders. And so by bringing your boy in, you set your whole year, basically you were going to ride or die with him, and you died.
Yeah.
So I like Pete Carroll, but I do think it's time to sunset him.
Yep. Number 3, I've got Myles Garrett getting the sack record, which was awesome and well deserved.
The only thing I'll say on that, I thought it was completely utter distaste by the coach of Cincinnati to bellyache, bitch, and moan about the fact that they had to pause everything for the celebration.
Yeah.
The guy just set the
didn't
sack
deserve
record. Give it a break. And Garrett's a stud.
And I will tell everybody this, for those of you that say, well, he broke it in the final game, so it shouldn't really count. When I was looking at those stats this morning, he also beat that record with like 200 less touches or less snaps than the other two who held the record. So it's like, yep, sorry guys, that's still impressive.
And don't forget, when Strahan got his, Favre just fell to the ground and let him have it.
Which is why Mark Gastineau wanted to kill Brett Favre.
Yeah, right. And it's a truth. I watched that game live. He just laid down and let him have it. And I'm like, so to me, he didn't let him have it. No, he got off that line in 0.2 seconds, they said.
He beat J.J. Watt's record, or T.J. Watt, whichever one has the record. Is it T.J. or J.J.?
T.J., they tied.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
tied.
Whoever, that's who he beat. He didn't beat, Strahan because Strahan got it handed to him.
Yeah, so. To me, it was not Strahan. That was not legit. No. To me, Garrett is the guy.
Number 2, I've got the Broncos become the AFC regular season champions. Definitely looked good. Definitely, deserved, I guess.
I mean, their defense was consistent every week. They're kind of like the Hawks. That offense, and Matty P, he knows how I talk about it because Matty P is one of our...
He's right behind you.
Matty P. I didn't know you came in. Matty P is our boy, and we have some other Broncos fans, and they all say the same thing, and we can recognize it. You need consistent play out of your quarterback because your defense is consistent, and they've got you where you're at. To me, I think if that guy can, rise to the occasion, that team's tough.
Well, Matt, you walked in after I said it, but I wanted to throw out there one of the fun stats. The AFC West last week did not score an entire touchdown. All 4 teams, awful offense.
Touchdown was from McMillan, our safety.
No. Yikes.
Yeah,
but good on McMillan, though.
But I will say this, start to finish, can't take anything away from Denver. They were one of the few teams that didn't falter during the season like others did. They got there, stayed up there. I mean, they're tough.
And then, of course, number 1, the Seattle Seahawks became the NFC regular season champions, earning themselves a bye week after keeping the 49ers from scoring a touchdown, held them down to just 3 points. This is the same, San Fran team that, has been consistently getting over 400 yards of offense a game for the last, I think, 5 games.
Just keeping McCaffrey from going crazy was big, because that dude up until then, because I have him in fantasy, that dude scored me 30, 40 points every game and got like 5.
Yeah.
But, I'm amazed. There was one hot take you missed, my man.
Which one is that?
This one's hard to believe. Matty P, you're going to be blown away on this one. I heard this, and this was insane. For the first time in the history of the NFL, the entire history of the NFL, we had a team that did not get an interception all year long. Not a single pick.
Was it the Jets?
It was the Jets.
Okay.
First time in the history of the NFL. What are we talking? 60-something years?
That is a horrible stat.
Isn't that crazy?
Oh,
and not even a tipped ball. How does that happen?
Well, I think I was telling you.
And you had what's his face? You had Sauce Gardner for half those games.
Well, I was telling you earlier that the craziest Jet stat I could think of, obviously before that one, was the fact that right now their top receiver is Garrett Wilson, who hasn't caught a pass since October.
And they're sticking with Glenn. I don't know.
They're stupid. They're stupid.
That franchise is the one thing that they do have going for them, if they don't screw it up, is draft capital up the yin-yang for the next 2 years. If they don't screw it up.
Yeah, again, it's, if there's one thing you can always count on in the NFL, it is the Browns and Jets being awful.
Yeah.
Just awful franchises.
I do think that team is the one team, though, that's going to be aggressively picking up one of those bridge quarterbacks, because they have nobody. So I think they're going to get a Kyler or a Tua or from the Falcons.
Cousins?
Cousins.
Okay,
yeah. They're going to pick him up. I mean, they have to, because otherwise you're because you don't even get the first pick in the draft either.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Congrats, Raiders.
Yeah, Raiders, and I don't see the Giants picking up a quarterback, and I think they're second.
Yeah, I wouldn't. If I was the Giants, I wouldn't, because I'll tell you one thing. Their QB, Jackson Dart, looked great in his game.
I think that's what I'm saying. I think that and the Falcons are two positions, coaching positions that aren't so bad.
No, I don't think so. All right, well, that's everything I had for the Generational Talent Top 10 Takeaways. Trav, you hit up everything you think I missed. And with that, we're going to go right into our betting odds and favorites.
All right.
Welcome back to Generational Talent. We're going to go ahead and get right into betting. Obviously, this week we have a lot less line items to look at with us being in the playoff season. But, Dad, before we get in, I know we didn't record last week, but do we want to talk about how well we did 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, that was not, yeah. So for me, I went 1-2. I did get my hot take, but I went 1-2. So I'll start with my loss. I thought Detroit was going to beat Minnesota. Not only did they not cover by 6, Minnesota beat Detroit, which was one of the reasons Detroit didn't make the playoffs. They literally laid an egg over and over again.
Yeah, no, I've got mine here. I went 1 for 3. My first loss, I had the Texans and Chargers going over 39.5. And of course, this is not the week that we just had, but the week prior. And yeah, the game did not go high scoring at all.
My win, I'll sandwich between my 2 losses with Matty P behind me. I did pick Denver beating Kansas City, and they covered the spread, so I got that one.
My win was I had Cleveland Browns plus 3.5 against the Steelers.
Yep. And that was plus 3.5, right? Okay. Yeah. And then my other loss, this is where Baker, you just failed me. They did not cover. I don't even know if they won the game. Honestly, I think they lost to Miami on that week. They did lose, and they were supposed to win by 5.5, and they lost.
Hey, don't worry, Baker screwed me too, because I had that game going over 46.5, and they couldn't figure out how to score if their life depended on it.
A guy that we were talking about being MVP halfway through the season, and he just crapped the bed.
Yep.
Now, my hot take I did get, you were talking about the Browns in Pittsburgh. I predicted Browns beating Pittsburgh on that week, and they did beat them outright.
And my hot take I did get was the Rams don't cover the 8.5 spread because they lost. So,
that was a bad one. Was that the Falcons?
That was.
Yeah, that was a bad one.
Embarrassing loss. You know what? That's a bummer that we didn't get to hit on that because we didn't record last week. But again, if you're a Rams fan, way to limp into the playoffs looking awful.
I still think they're dangerous, but
they are. But you lost to the Falcons and the Panthers.
They are vulnerable.
And us.
The only problem is they do get Devontae back, and that's a big one.
Yeah.
All right, speaking of them, okay, right out of the gate, we'll talk some spreads. They're the first game. We got some great playoff games all weekend long, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. The first one is Saturday, 1:30, the Rams, -10 in Carolina. Over under 46.5.
Normally we do that thing where we say, we'll come back to it. But being that we don't have a lot of options here, my hot take is on this game, and I do have Carolina.
I didn't touch this game at all.
It's just my hot take. I didn't put money on it.
Yeah, gotcha.
But my hot take is for Carolina to beat LA.
To beat LA?
Yeah. They did
to
it
beat
once
LA
already.
outright? Oh my
They
God.
did once
That is
already.
an amazing hot take on a 10-point dog.
That's why I'm like, it's
Oh,
a hot
my
take,
Lord.
and I'm not putting money on it. But they did it. They did it once already this season.
Okay,
So.
all right. The next one we have is Saturday afternoon, evening. I guess you'd say evening. Packers in Chicago. Chicago at home is a 1.5 point dog.
I know.
And the over-under 45.5. I'll tell you right now, I'm taking Chicago.
I also put Chicago on my
Yeah,
bet.
I
Yep.
think there's no respect there for that one.
And I think without Micah Parsons, their defense is weak.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I think and I think Love will do good, but I just think the Bears are well coached. I don't want to eat crow here, but I think they're going to be well prepared. And I think at home, this is the year. I don't think they're going to get deep into the playoffs, but I think they're going to get past this one.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, so we're both on that one. Next up, we have Sunday morning, 10 o'clock. We have the Bills at the Jaguars. Jaguars, here we go again. Another home team that's a dog. 1 point underdog. Over under 52.5.
Yeah, it's such a high over under. I did not bet on this one at all, just because I don't know which way this will go.
I took the Bills. I hear what you're saying. I took the Bills mainly because we got to pick 3. I took the Bills on this one. Here's the way I'm going to look at it. If he can't pull it off now, he's the most, outside of Rodgers, he's the most experienced quarterback in the playoffs. If you can't do it now, when your competition are a bunch of young kids and rooks, I'm not saying his team is the best ever, but you yourself have got to get that monkey off your back. I think it starts with this game because Jacksonville's coming in hot.
Yeah, no, it's a difficult one. I mean, honestly, I'd probably just take the over and play it safe.
Okay, all right. Next up, Sunday afternoon. We have 3 games on Sunday. The afternoon game at 1:35 is the Niners at Philly. Philly's a 4.5 favorite. Over under 45.
Yeah, I didn't bet on this one either. Honestly, I'd probably go with Philly if I had to. I do think that, as boring and lame as they are, I do think they're just better than the 49ers.
So my hot take here is, and I had to make it a hot take, right? So I feel like this is fair enough. I think this is going to be a low-scoring game. I think it's going to be defensive-minded all the way. As much as you've got some weapons, I think
agree.
the Niners are getting Warner back. He's a stud, right? So I think I'm going to take that game, even though they're saying 45. I think it'll be under 35. I don't think these guys, I think it's going to be very low-scoring.
Okay.
That's my hot take. Next up, Chargers at New England Patriots. Patriots are 3.5 point favorite at home. 46 is the over-under. That's the Sunday night game.
Yeah, so I do have this one as well on my bet. I am going to go with the Patriots being able to cover that spread of 3.5.
I didn't touch this game. But Patriots, I see why you would. Yep,
I think that I like the Chargers. I think Justin Herbert's really good, and I think what he's been able to do with that crappy O-line is impressive. But again, it's a crappy O-line. The dude's fighting for his life every single snap.
I think the Patriots, like Denver too, they've been consistent. They really haven't had ups and downs. They've pretty much been playing good football.
Yeah.
Okay, next up, we got the Houston Texans at Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh at home is a 3.5 point favorite. Over under 39.5. Lowest one of that's a Monday night game.
Pittsburgh's the underdog, I thought.
They are.
Okay.
What did I say? Did I say favorite? I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I meant dog. Yeah, plus 3.5. And I took Houston.
Yeah, that's my third one is Houston. I have them. I think they easily cover that spread.
So we both took Houston and Chicago as part of our 3 team. Where we differed is I took the Bills and you took the Patriots.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So there. Some good games. The one I'm looking forward to the most, honestly, out of all these, I would have to say, it's going to be the Bills and Jags. I want to see that game.
I want to see that one too.
Yeah, they're all good games. Don't get me wrong, but from a matchup standpoint, that one and the Bears, of course, that one's going to be a close one. But I just want to see, you got 2 teams. You got an experienced quarterback, and then you have a team that's hot as heck going in. So we'll see what happens.
All right, and with that, we will join you guys in segment 3, where instead of our power rankings, we will be bringing on our 2 guests and breaking down our picks for this playoff bracket. All right, welcome back to Generational Talent. I am joined, of course, by our 2 guests, as well as my father. So guest number 1, we've got fellow champion of his conference here, AFC Broncos fan Matthew Phillips.
Hey, yeah, baby.
So I'm talking about.
And then we've got a football fan here.
It's okay. It's okay, Nikki.
The Dolphins got rid of Greer and Tua. We won our Super Bowl.
Yeah,
We're good.
that's very factual.
Yeah, I think everybody can agree that needed to happen. Yeah.
So yeah, Nick, this is your first time ever on Generational Talent.
It
Matt,
is,
you've been
yeah.
on before.
Yeah.
Long
Long-time
normally.
listener, first-time caller.
Oh, thank you.
There we go. Now, on Dan Patrick, you got to say your age and your height and your weight.
I'm 31. I'm 205 pounds, and I'm 6 feet tall.
And then you ring a bell. bell, Tommy. Ding, ding, ding.
Tell him you're single too.
And I'm
yeah?
single.
Yeah.
Ready to
In
mingle.
case there's any ladies on
There you
this.
go.
Yeah.
But I'm a core member of Desert Highway Radio.
You are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because I've been on this show.
He's a pillar.
I have not been on your guys' shows.
Yeah, you
Oh.
have, haven't you? Haven't we had you on for one episode of Mic'd Up?
No, not yet.
Really?
Really?
Unless it was that the one where this was all open and you had everybody.
A
or was
different
it-
show.
No.
Then no, that
Oh, yeah,
I've not been
those,
on that.
yeah.
I haven't been on it. So find the right one though, because I definitely don't. No offense.
Get
I
him
love
on
you
the
guys.
Westerns one.
Yeah. Oh, I knew you were going to say that. I have only watched like 4 of those.
Okay, he's trying.
I went
He's letting
through
me
it with
live.
him.
He's
I am
trying, yeah.
exactly like you, Matt.
Nick, next time you intro yourself, I want you to be like, Nick Beaton, Alabama State.
Nick Beaton, Bama.
All right, guys. So, yeah, we are bringing you on. We're going to do a playoff bracket or a playoff picture prediction. Obviously, we've got our sheets in front of us. I'm assuming we'll have a lot of similarities, but hopefully some key differences here. So we'll start off, of course, in the AFC with Matt, and then we'll work our way around. Dad, you seem confused.
Well, no, real quick. Should we at least bring up how we did where we're at as far as an update on when we all came together and did that?
That was a different show, but we definitely can. That was for the morning show.
We were going to save that for the morning show taping
okay.
later.
I'm looking at that now going, hey, we're not too bad. MVPs were a little messed up. That's okay.
You know.
Yeah. Anyway.
So, yeah, we'll start with Mr. Matt here in the AFC. We're going to look, of course, on Wild
Bless you.
Card Weekend.
Thank you, kind sir.
We've got the 7-seed Chargers up
Ooh.
against the 2-seed Patriots.
Ooh.
So, Matt, who do you got and why?
See, this is a tough one. I feel like this can very well be an upset. It's not that I don't necessarily believe in Drake May. I just think that Herbert has more experience, and I think that. Well, didn't the Patriots have the easiest strength of schedule this entire year?
Definitely had a good one, yeah.
So, I mean, this very well, Chargers aren't messing around. Herbert, he's still continuing to win even though he's hurt. I might go upset on this one. I might pick the Chargers on this one.
Well, you might, or what did you write down?
That's what I'm going with. Chargers, yeah.
And
No, I
then-
didn't write it down yet.
Well,
but
hey, remember, the NFL reseeds their teams, so careful where you're filling in teams on that one.
That's
Oh,
true.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah. Yeah, that is true.
Wait, what?
So they reseed because of the
the
buys.
the highest seed plays the lowest seed that moved on.
Yep,
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, that'll be fun. All right. So, Trav, same question to you.
I'm going Pats.
Okay. Nick?
I will also go Pats. I think this one's going to be a shootout. I do think that the Patriots defense, while not their strong point, is going to be good enough to get through the Chargers' sixth. What do you call that? You got like your starters string. They're six string offensive line.
I do think.
Oh yeah, that O-line.
Yeah, I think just as a balance wise, Patriots are more balanced in terms of both sides of the ball.
Let me put it
I
this
agree.
way: you don't sit your starting quarterback in the final week when you have a chance to move up a seed if you're not terrified of him dying in week 18.
Well, because he's your own. That's my point about balance. He goes that team's toast. Yeah.
And same way, Patriots, and it's the O-line. That's the big
Oh, so I'm
deciding
the only
factor.
Chargers one.
That's
I
okay.
I just think that Chargers defense is gonna show up and show out.
Well, I think in order for them to pull it off, they absolutely have to.
they have to. Yeah.
Up next, we'll just go down the AFC there. We'll go back to you, Matt. We've got the Bills and the Jaguars.
This one, I'm taking the upset as well. I'm going Bills for this one.
Bills. All right. Trav, same to you.
I'm right there with him. I think I'm going to go back to what I kind of said earlier when we were talking. I personally feel, Josh Allen, if you cannot do well in this playoffs with everybody being basically rookies coming to the table outside of Aaron Rodgers, you're the one with most experience. You can't get past the first round. You're going to have that monkey on your back hard.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I think he's due. I think he's got to.
Josh Allen and at a larger frame, the entire Bills team is frauds.
Boy, I wonder why the Dolphins fans said that. Yeah.
I also just think, though, that the Bills have suffered for the umpteenth season in a row way too many injuries amongst their secondary and their linebackers. I think Trevor Lawrence is going to have an absolute field day at home. And I think the Bills melt in that hot Florida heat. So give me the Jags.
All right.
Nick, I'm on the same page as you.
Yeah, really.
I'm a huge Josh Allen fan. I just think that he's coming into these playoffs with a lot of question marks and him being kind of up and down all season, whereas the Jags are coming in hot. They're coming in having won a lot of their last few games, and they won them like strongly. And I think if they can ride that momentum, they're going to beat the Bills.
I actually hate this matchup, too, because I didn't want to see them.
So
I
early.
wanted to
Both of these
root
guys.
for both these
It
guys.
will be a good game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I just
phenomenal.
didn't want to see it early.
I've got that highlighted as one of my 3 games of the week because there's some absolute duds in this wild card round too.
Very true.
That one I like.
It's like the next one we're going to talk about.
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
Well, and I'm going to pivot this one over to Nick first. You're going to start us off. We have the 5 seed Texans versus the 4 seed Steelers.
Yeah, I watch the Steelers play every single Sunday, thanks to my brother. Even if we have to put a second television in the living room.
Shout out to Seth.
Yeah, we've
Seth Meister.
got the Steelers on full screen.
And Brad
Yeah.
Pope's another one who likes him.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
I have seen the Steelers really just freaking luck and edge their way to every single win they've got. I don't think a single week this season was I like, dang, what a good victory for the Steelers. Right? And it took what might have been an act of God blowing that football just to the right of the upright.
Well, they did have the end zone blessed by the Pope.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
priest.
exactly.
the priest or something.
The Texans win this game handily. It's not going to be close. I've got Houston by what might be 17 points.
That's fair.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Trav, we'll go to you.
I would echo almost everything the same there. I think there's no denying as much as the Pittsburgh stuff that Nick said I agree with. On the other side, Houston's hot. Coming in hot. They're kind of like a Jaguars right now with a much better defense. I mean, that defense is pretty legit. So I feel the same thing. I think Rodgers is going to be terrorized that entire game, and it's going to show.
All right, Matt.
Yeah, I feel bad for Rodgers. He's definitely going to retire after this game.
Might be in a walker after this game, yeah.
He is done. Yeah, I'm going Texans all the way for this one.
I'm also excited to see who DK punches this weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's back.
He's got to be the guy that's been thankful more than anybody because had they lost that game, people are going to be like, yeah, because you choked or you blew it for your team.
Yeah. No, same here, Texans. So that's the first full sweep then is the Texans. All right. We'll jump over to the NFC. And, Dad, I'm going to start with you here. We're going to go Packers, 7 seed, versus the 2 seed Bears.
I like the Bears in this one. I like the Bears for a number of reasons. I think they're riding good momentum. I think they're at home. There's a lot of momentum in that regard too. I think this team is very well balanced on both sides of the ball. I think the Packers have been just up and down, and I think losing Myles Garrett was a heavy hit. And I do think this is going to be a close game, but I do not think this is going to be a blowout at all. But I do think it's going to be a low scoring game in my opinion. But I pick the Bears.
Okay, Nick.
I've got this as my second best matchup of Wild Card Weekend.
It's a great matchup. I agree.
Excuse me. I'm big on the Ben Johnson train, though. So give me the Bears over the Packers. I just think that while I'm with Trav, it's going to be a close game. I think ultimately the Bears have the edge in too many categories for the Packers to get by.
Yeah.
And I agree. One thing on Ben Johnson, how obvious is that? You go to one team, turn them into champions. You leave your team, and your team's a flop.
Yeah.
I mean, if that doesn't say Ben Johnson all the way.
Yeah.
I also have the Bears. I just think they're a well-rounded team, and I think their head coach is phenomenal. And then Matt.
Yeah, same goes for me. I'm going Bears. As much as I dislike Caleb Williams.
He's hard to
them
love.
in Chicago, I think they're definitely going to take that
surprised
over
that's
the
not
Packers.
Nick's favorite player, honestly.
Honestly.
Caleb Williams?
Is that who he's rooting for? Who are you rooting for in the playoffs?
Shoot, I haven't really picked. Not the Pats and not the. I like seeing my friends do well. So I'm obviously rooting for the Hawks and the Broncos.
What a nice guy.
I haven't.
And that's pretty good, even though Tommy's a jerk.
And the Niners. Yeah.
If the Dolphins would have
And the
made
Steelers.
it, I would have wanted the Dolphins to go far.
I know.
Yeah, but which one do you want to,
Well, I
take
guess
the
we're going to
trophy
find
home?
out, pal.
Yeah.
We're going to
that's
get
true.
that here.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, so we're going to go. I'll start this one. We've got the 49ers and the Eagles here. So my pick's going to be for the Eagles. I think that one is going to be a very close game. I don't think it's going to be a high-scoring game at all. And I'm not happy about either winner because I hate the 49ers and the Eagles are boring football.
Yeah.
But I just think the Eagles have the edge. I think they've got more experience, and I think Shanahan chokes too much. I don't trust that they can finish the job. And honestly, you saw what a good defense can do to the 49ers. You lock down McCaffrey, they don't look
Done.
good.
Yep.
And I think the Eagles have the ability to do that. So I'm going to go with the Eagles.
Real quick, my father wanted to make staying well sure that we got his picks in on the morning show, and I said we're not doing that on the morning show, and he goes, "Well, then put it on Generational Talent."
Oh, there we go.
So I said, "Okay." So for that first round,
Papa Beaton, here we go.
He's got Pats, Jags, Texans, Bears, Eagles, Rams.
I'll
We
have
haven't
you
got
give
to
me
the
that
Rams yet.
later, and I'll write
that's-
them all
You don't
down.
have to. I just
No,
I love
we got
Chris.
We got
Yeah.
a faithful listener. There we go.
Okay, so Eagles for me, and then we'll go Nick.
Oh yeah, shit, we weren't done with this. I think this is my number one matchup of Wild Card Weekend. This is the game that I've circled. I'm looking forward to the most.
Really?
Yeah.
Mine's Jags and Bills.
But I think despite the fact that the Niners have burned through like 7 linebackers, I don't think the Eagles' offense is as nearly as good as they were last year for whatever reason that happens to be.
I don't know either, yeah.
I got the Niners winning this one, and I think this is the matchup of the week. It's going to be an absolute barn burner of a game. It's going to be fun.
Okay. Trav.
Well, here's my thing. Number one, I don't think either one of these teams are going far. I'll be honest. I don't think.
Yeah.
But I do think it's going to come down to some defenses. I agree. I think there's a rotating group. That's why I think it'll be low scoring, because I think the defenses, Warner coming back is going to be very helpful for the Niners. But I think these teams have, or at least in Philly's case, underperformed. Niners have overperformed. I mean, with all their injuries. So I do think Philly's going to squeeze this out, but I literally think they're going to win it less than a field goal.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be
I will say, and I know this is dangerous to say in this room with you three, Shanahan should be coach of the year for what he's been able to
that doesn't bother me.
I think the hassle
He said, "Shoo."
The hassle with Shanahan is, what prevents him in my book from getting it is the choke jobs when the pressure's super high. I mean, they were showing a stat during our game to where if he goes into a fourth quarter with a 7-point deficit, he loses all but one time he won against the Packers. It's like, bro, you've got to win those high-pressure games.
Is that on him, or is that on the fact that he's got a team in the hospital and he's playing with a bunch of backups, and it's hard to come back when you've got a team full of backups?
He was also part of that 28-3 Falcons loss in the Super Bowl, and he's choked his other
we're talking this year.
I know, I'm just saying Shanahan in
I'm
general.
not talking like is he the coach of all time. I'm talking this season, what he's been able to do with that roster.
I think he's been able to make that roster good. I personally would give the coach of the year to Ben Johnson only because I think he capitalized on the talent, and I think he knew exactly what the problems were with the O-line. He addressed them, and look what they've done.
Well, here you can take that little break in it. If we're talking coach of the year, I don't have a problem with, because here's what I would say: with that roster and what he went through to win 12 games, regardless, is impressive. Mm-hmm. It's impressive.
The Niners, record-wise, are the second best team in the NFC,
and I cannot even fathom that when you haven't had an entire healthy receiving core. Your quarterback was gone for half the year. You won with a guy that they gave up on in two teams.
Yeah,
Mac Jones was doing great, and
Mac Jones,
and in a defense that's been patchwork like no other.
Yeah. So he's good.
Now, but that being said,
he's a choke artist.
My personal opinion, though, I'd have him second. I personally think it should be variable. I think to do what you did with the Patriots, who saw that coming? That team won 4 games last year. Mm-hmm. So, but I think the Bears are a good argument. I just think variable. From start to finish, that Patriots team came out of nowhere.
A lot of good candidates this year.
I'd say the only other candidate I think we should mention would be Liam Cohen.
Yeah, I was going to say the Jags head coach definitely has to be up there with those guys.
I think so too. Yeah. Oh, and he's got them playing amazing football.
Oh yeah.
Well, and I think what gives him kind of an edge too is, unlike Ben Johnson and some of the others, he didn't really change his roster. He just made the same roster all of a sudden good.
And confidence. He instilled confidence in those boys. And I like how we went toe to toe with some of the other coaches after those games for comments they made about their team.
Yeah.
He went right after what's his face that was coaching the Jets before he was fired.
Yes.
After that, remember? And that dude's a beast, man. The guy that's the defensive coordinator for the Niners.
Saleh.
Yeah, he went right after him after a game. I'm like, you're nuts, dude. The guy can snap you in two. Yeah. So, I feel like he brought a level of confidence to that team. And I think all those ones we talked about are viable. As much as we love our boy had a pretty good team.
Yeah.
So,
I wouldn't put ours in the running for that. And I love our coach. But
yeah, I do too.
Matt, last one. You had the 49ers Eagles. I need your take.
Oh, yeah. So this one, I'm on the opposite side with Nick. I'm not looking forward to this game. I think it's going to be a very low scoring, just boring.
Yeah, it's boring football.
Boring football. But I will say I think that the Eagles will squeeze it out simply because their defense is a lot better than the Niners. Mm-hmm. I think the Niners all around. Are they even getting Fred Warner back for this game?
They are.
I think so, yeah.
They're getting him back at least, but their secondary is just...
It's Swiss cheese.
They've been torched.
It's terrible.
They've been torched by a lot of people, yeah.
Yeah. Lenore, pathetic.
Just too many penalties. Too many penalties.
Pathetic.
Fred Warner likely to return.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that dude's a stud.
So Matt, we've got the Rams versus the Panthers. Yep. 5-seed Rams, 4-seed.
Yeah,
Panthers.
this one I feel like is going to be one of the blowouts in the.
Now, mind you, would have been anybody coming out of that division. They all stunk.
Blowout. This is just going to be a bad game overall.
It's the only team coming into it. The Panthers, the only team coming into this with a losing record right now.
Crazy.
Yeah. And if Stafford loses this game, then brother.
It's your hot take, too. That was a hot take of all hot takes.
I'm going Rams, though.
I can see Stafford losing. He lost to them already. He's coming in bad. He has not played good football in the last 3 weeks.
Nothing like getting right on a team that's 7-9 going in, or
I know. That's why if you're Bryce Young, you've got something to prove.
Yeah. Well, here's an interesting fact, though, and it's not the case this week for him, but they're the only team in the NFL that has lost every single game this year they were favored.
I know, which is interesting.
You know
I'm like,
what?
They're not
ouch.
favored right now.
No, they're definitely not favored. No, I'm going Rams all the way. Nothing more to say there. I agree that they're going to smoke them.
I also am going to say Rams. Even though it's my hot take, I needed a hot take for the show.
You
but
went out there.
I
You
do
stuck
think-
your neck out there.
Yeah, for the sake of an actual bracket, I'm going to go Rams.
Yeah, the Rams win. I don't think it's a blowout. I think that these are the two coldest teams in not just in this bracket, but borderline in the NFL right now.
They're limping in.
And watching how the Rams played against the Cardinals was absolutely abysmal.
Made Jacoby Brissett look good.
Well, to the point where I had to look and I was like, are the Rams sitting dudes? Like, are they like what? Who's out right now for them?
So here's where we're going to differ from the fellas, right? Because I would agree with Nick 100%, but you're getting Devontae Adams back, which is a huge pickup there.
Huge, yeah.
And I just think you're going to get a different team in the playoffs. That team knows how to click it on.
And they have the experience. They're always there. I mean, it's going to be Bryce Young's just it's going to be bad.
I think that nothing like a get right game against this team. I mean,
I think the Rams win. I don't think it's going to be a blowout.
okay.
So clean sweep on the Rams. I hope the Panthers win, but I definitely that is I'm wishing on some stars with that one. Okay, we'll jump over into the AFC playoffs. So this one, obviously, your seating changes based off your stuff. So make sure that you wrote that in properly.
I probably didn't, but okay.
Well, right off the bat, we'll do the. So it would be Panthers and Jags for myself, right? That would be the game.
Patriots and Jags. Yeah, we're just going to have to rotate
Patriots
around.
and
yeah,
now.
just say your own. Yeah.
Okay, so for mine, the Patriots and Jags, I do have the Jags going into.
Interesting.
Really?
Wow.
I see the
to
Jags.
the AFC Championship game.
I
huh?
do, yeah.
Okay.
You're
Okay. All
gonna,
right.
yeah.
All right.
So Nick, let's hear what your first.
I
AFC
also
matchup
have
is.
Pats and Jags. I think the Pats offense is too prolific to lose this game. This one has the potential to be a freaking shootout. That could be a very, very, very high scoring football game. I've got the Pats over the Jags though for my divisional round.
Okay.
So for my divisional round, remember I had the Pats and the Bills. I'm sticking my neck way out there, and I went Bills. I do have the Bills making it to the AFC Championship game.
See, weirdly enough, I think whoever won the Bills and Jags game would have beat whoever's in the Patriots Chargers game. In my opinion, I think both those two teams are better than Patriots or Chargers.
That's where my mind went. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm with Trav. For my divisional game, I got the Chargers and the Bills, and I got the Bills moving on past the.
Well, yeah, because you had the freaking Chargers beating the Pats. I would have the Bills over the Chargers too in that match.
Hey, I think the Pats are just, I don't know. We're going to see if they're for real or not.
We're
We're about to
see.
find
I have them
out.
getting past the first game, but I do not have them getting further.
Well, and for the other AFC divisional, we all have Texans versus Broncos, so we'll all be able to make that same
go.
placement.
Yeah,
there.
yeah, that's for sure.
I do have the Broncos winning that one personally. I think it will be a very close game. I don't think it's going to be a pretty game, but if there's one thing I know about the Broncos is that they never cover a spread if you want them to.
Yeah,
so they're going to win by 1 to 3 points.
Yeah, correct.
Maybe.
Factual.
Yeah, I also have the Broncos beating the Texans and what I think is going to be a low-scoring affair. To Tommy's point, it's going to be ugly. We're going to see dudes turn the ball over and throw picks and settle for field goal after field goal in this one.
Yep.
It's going to be ugly. Broncos get the dub. And to cover Chris Beaton's games real quick, he's also got the Broncos over the Texans and the Pats over the Jags.
Okay.
Yeah, everything I agree with Nick on all that. The only thing I'll say, I do think the Broncos are going to get past them, and I think this comes down to coaching. I think Peyton knows what he's doing here. He's been here before. He's going to get them through it.
And he's going to pay his defensive players to kill the other team.
Yes, exactly. Bonus if you tear his head off. Okay, there we go.
Eliminate them.
Matt, I think we all know what you're going to say. So.
Yeah, over the Texans, I mean, I think we beat them. Granted, we knocked out Stroud and we ended up playing his backup Mills, but I still think we're going to take it in Denver. I think it'll be, like you guys said, an ugly game, but we'll take it home.
Okay. Nick, I'm going to start with you on your first NFC divisional matchup.
Yeah, I've got Bears and Rams, and this is kind of fun because it's generational talent, and this is my dad is my dad, so this
We love him. Papa Beaton.
You have Bears and
I have Bears and Rams.
oh, what the hell?
How do you have Bears and Rams?
Yeah, because
He went the seeds.
You have to reseed your bracket. That's what I said before we started.
No,
this
I know
whole
that.
ordeal.
So, okay. So,
Yeah, you're right.
Because the Rams are I have the Niners beating the Eagles, so I've got the Niners as the 6th seed
Okay,
now.
sorry,
playing
yeah,
the
because
Hawks.
I have the Rams as my lowest seed. Okay, yeah.
I've got the Bears winning this game, and it's not close, guys. I have no faith in the Rams right now. I really don't. I really, really, really don't. I think that the Bears are. Yeah, I'll say it. I think the Bears are the most complete team in the playoffs this year, and I think that's going to go ahead and award them the dub. My father had the Eagles beating the Rams, so he's got Bears over Eagles on that round.
Okay.
Bears over Eagles.
Dad, we'll go to you for your NFC.
Well, I went opposite of Papa Beaton because I also have the Bears in Philly, the way it's bracketed. This is where I think the Bears get tripped up. I do think they're a better team on paper. I think experience is going to get them. I think you got a great coach, but I think you have a team who's been there before. Again, I do not think Philly's getting further than this game, but I think against the Bears, they are going to get past them close. And I think it's going to be another one like Denver Texans where it's going to be ugly.
Yeah.
But that one's going to be ugly in the sense that they have good defense. It's not ugly in the sense that they're offense
Sloppy, not sloppy.
Yeah.
See, I have Bears Rams too, but I'm going the opposite side of the coin than Nick. I'm going Rams to
See, I think experience. Yeah, I think so too.
experience. Caleb Williams, I'm sorry, I will never root for you. I just can't. I can't. I think he just does too much. He is just shut up and play football, brother.
Yeah.
That's what we want to see. We don't want all the extracurricular. You know?
All the craziness with him, yeah.
So I have Bears and Eagles, and I have the Bears moving on. I think, although I think the Eagles are a very well-rounded team. I think they're strong defensively. I think the Bears are just better. I think they have a lot more going, and I think that they are coming in hot. But I think their coaching staff is better too.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think Sirianni's an idiot.
The Eagles have underperformed. The Eagles have underperformed game after game after game after game this year. I don't see why that.
Here's what I would say, and I agree with you a lot. He was also an idiot last year, and they won.
Yeah, I was going to say.
True. But last year, you had a very different Saquon Barkley. You had A.J. Brown, who was more of a team player than an independent.
The wide receivers are non-existent for that team this year.
Yeah.
They really are.
I don't see it.
Yeah. Okay.
I just want to see Sirianni cry again. That was
I know
very
that was
moving.
weird. That was cringy.
He was just so happy to be there.
Yeah.
Dad, I'll go to you for your next divisional NFC matchup.
Rams and Hawks. That's why I haven't lined up. Looking forward to that game. Don't want to see it. But I don't want to play the Rams or the Niners, to be honest with you. I personally feel those teams were pretty much the toughest teams all year. So that being said, I didn't want to see this matchup. I'm going to go with what I feel is the case. So I think Seattle's going to get past them. And it might be thinking with my heart too a little bit, but I do think we're better on paper. I think our defense is probably the best out of all these teams going in. Or argument maybe with Houston coming into it, and I do think the Rams are tough, but I think in that one we could pull out a nail biter.
I agree. I think we beat the Rams. I think we beat them when they were at their best, and right now they're at their worst. And we have only played better football since our game with them. So I see that being an easy W.
We've won like 8 in a row.
Yeah, Nick.
Mine is Niners Hawks in that divisional roundup or divisional round. I think that the best wide receiver in the NFL this year in JSN, plus the 1-2 punch of Charbonnet and Kenneth,
Walker?
is going to be way too much for the 49ers hospital ward defense. So give me the Hawks over the Niners and what I think is going to be another good game.
Mm-hmm.
Matt, last one to you. You've got Rams and Hawks, right?
No, I think I jacked up my seating. I got Eagles and Hawks, but I think it was supposed to be swapped.
Yeah, you should have had because you had the Rams.
I should have had Bears and Eagles and then Rams and Hawks.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. But
You don't even
regardless,
have to watch any movies for this podcast. Still,
I know which one he's picking though.
regardless of who they're playing, I think the Hawks are going to definitely move on.
So then your seating would have the Eagles versus the Hawks then for the championship, right?
Yes.
Okay.
so my father's got.
Yeah.
I forgot to say it. My bad. He's got the Hawks beating the Rams in that one, just like you guys.
My man. I love Chris.
Papa Beaton, baby. Woo!
All right, so we'll go AFC Championship. Matt, you have the Broncos versus the Bills?
Yes.
The exact same 4.
Oh, we do. Look, me and Trav are literally
Exact same 4.
the exact same
love
person. I'm your father, Tommy. I am your father. So
Daddy Matt.
this one, I think that, let me just say this. We have made it to the red zone probably a total amount of 6 times in the last 2 weeks. And we haven't scored a single, if I could say the F word, touchdown in any of those drives. Our play calling, I think, sucks. I don't think it has any, I would like to fool myself
hates Sean Payton so much.
and tell myself that, maybe, Denver held back a little bit, didn't show a lot because we could be playing the Chargers again in 2 weeks, right? I would like to tell myself that. But honestly, time and time again, our play calling sucks. We get down to the red zone and end up with a field goal, and I don't think you can do that in the playoffs. Josh Allen has the experience.
Wow.
Unfortunately, I'm going to have to say, the Bills, if they don't make it to the Super Bowl, they're never gonna. I mean, you have no Mahomes, you have no Lamar, you have no Burrow. I mean, what are you doing at this point? You know what I mean? You might as well just
That's what I'm saying. He's
throw in the cards. Yeah, I think the Bills move on. As sad as it is to say, I think we're a year behind. I think that Nix and Peyton need to work on their play calling, for the love of God.
I'm gonna jump the order just because I agree with everything Matt said about his Broncos, which is why I have the Pats beating them. I think that the Patriots. The Denver Broncos defense has been what has been winning them games, right? They've got the number two, I guess, because they let that one pass for 12 yards go instead of 11 yards right at the end of the game.
Oh, yeah.
The number 2 yards-based defense in the entire NFL. I think the Patriots offense is going to be too prolific to bust through that, and the Broncos offense isn't going to keep up.
Okay. Dad, you have the same setup as Matt, right?
Bills and Broncos, yeah. I have some faith in his team. I as much as I want the Bills, I do. This is where I think some matchups are going to get them, the Bills, because I do think the Bills can get past those first rounds. But I think looking at their strength of schedule and where they're going, the Denver Broncos defense is going to be difficult for them. And I think at home, and I think with the receivers and his secondary being so dang good, with those receivers not being good on Buffalo, I think all they have to do is worry about Cook. And they've stopped running games. So I think it's going to be a low scoring. I do not think Denver's going to open up and be crazy offense, but I think they're going to win like a 14-10 type of game.
I think I just have PTSD from making it to the wild card last year and going into Buffalo and getting absolutely obliterated. like
still hanging.
Like, dude, we scored a touchdown off rip, and I was like, oh, this is great. This is going to be phenomenal. Last touchdown of the game was like, what, 41-7 or something? I'm like, oh. Dude.
Hey, we've all been there one time or another.
Brother.
Yeah, that was so I do have Denver moving on.
Okay, I had Jags Broncos. And here's my hot take for this. I think whoever wins the Bills and Jags game is the one going to the Super Bowl. I think those are the two teams, in my opinion.
Really?
I have the Jags beating the Broncos.
I hate
Obviously,
that
all this slander I hear about Denver, and then this is how you're going to do the.
Well, I think the Broncos are going to go far, but I don't think you guys beat the Jags. I don't think you do.
Okay.
I think the Jags already whooped you guys once. I think that they are good on both sides of the ball, and they have moments where they are incredible on both sides of the ball. They just need to play right now the way they've been playing these last few games, and they will ride it out.
I would agree in terms of right now playing both sides of the ball like really good. They are. Their defense is as good as their offense. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I think their mid-season pickup of the receiver Myers, I think, was huge, and all of a sudden he's got somebody to throw to since the other rookie just fell apart this sophomore season. Brian Thomas. Yeah. But I think, again, if they ride the high that they're on, they're going to make it. If they start to show any of the Jags we saw at the beginning of the season, they're done. But I do think they can ride this.
Okay, so you have the Jags going.
Papa Beaton's got the Broncos claiming the AFC with a win over the Patriots.
What a stud.
So we both.
What a grade A stud.
Nick, I'm going to go to you first for the NFC championship.
The NFC championship. I'll start with my dad's picks. He's got the Bears playing the Hawks. I also have the Bears playing the Hawks, and he's got the Hawks winning. I have the Hawks winning.
Beaton's in the house, baby.
Yeah.
Beatons are in the house.
I think that this is going to be a low scoring affair. The winner of this game very well could score like 13 points.
I wouldn't disagree.
And it's going to be fun. It's not going to be sloppy. It's just going to be a lot of incredible defensive plays. I think you're going to see a whole lot of action in the run game, and the Hawks are going to come away with it because of their 1-2 running back duo.
And two of the best, one of the best coaches in the game, right? They're going head to head.
Yep.
I love that too.
So I'll jump in. I have the exact same matchup, Bears and Hawks. I agree with everything you guys said. I think our defense is better than the Bears' defense. I think their offense is better, but again, defense is what wins football games. So I think we shut down their offense.
Wins games. Defense wins championships, Tom.
There you go.
Come on now.
But I think our defense
always shows up.
Yeah, I think it's going to shut them down. They're not going to be able to do much. And again, like I've said to a lot of people who have the Sam Darnold hate stuff going, we don't need MVP Sam Darnold. We just need a solid game manager who can hand the ball.
Darnold. Yeah.
And we've seen
Don't
that.
screw it up.
His last three games.
Do the rest.
Yep.
Yeah, he had that one really, really rough game against the Rams, the 4-interception game. We have not lost since then, and they finally figured it out. Hand the ball off, make the safe passes, stop throwing into double coverage, all that stuff. They did it. He is a game manager. He's not a Tom Brady. He's not a Patrick Mahomes. We don't need him to be. We can win
Tom
with the
Brady's
Jalen
system
Hurts
quarterback.
type. Well, hey man, 28-3. You can't tell me that wasn't like some incredible Superman performance. But again, we're going to win with the Jalen Hurts style quarterback, with our defense obviously just being what it is.
Right.
So yeah, I have the Hawks moving on to play the Jags in the Super Bowl. Dad, what do you have?
Me? Yeah, I have the Hawks too. I have them against Philly, right? And this is where I think defense is going to get them through it, because I think their defense is going to shut down those receivers.
Yeah.
Those receivers, they already didn't have a great year. They're not bad, but they didn't have a great year. Secondary for the Hawks is awesome. So I don't think I think Hurt's going to have a hard time here. I think we get past this game, no problem.
Okay. And then Matt.
Same matchup. I got the Hawks in Philly. I think that there will be no Saquon in this game, and I don't believe in Hurts in his passing game enough to think that they
Not this year,
do
at least.
anything in the slightest. So yeah, I definitely got the Hawks moving on.
Even just because of his receivers, man. Like, you can put a lot of that on Hurts, but his receivers have not.
Yeah,
They've not done the extra steps, I think, that they do typically have done on the field to make Jalen Hurts.
which
look
is
really
crazy
good,
because
too.
they're all studs. They got good
Yeah.
tight ends. They got good receivers all
You got
across the
Goddard,
board.
you
They
got Devontae
crazy.
Smith, and I think you got a diva. You got a diva. The divas screwed that up. DK screwed it up. I mean, you have divas that screw up that position.
I drafted AJ Brown second round and was like, beautiful, and then week 4 I traded him for freaking Indianapolis Jones over there. It was crazy.
Yeah.
How did Hill work out? The divas in that
How did
position.
Diggs work out?
But that's what I'm saying. The divas in those positions, they just don't pull it off. They screw it up.
Tyreek's got a lot more going on than just
Tyreek's a criminal.
Yeah. He
And
does
so's
have a few
Diggs
things.
now. I mean,
Yeah, he's definitely an accused one. That's for sure. Yeah.
all right, so we are now on to our Super Bowl. So, gentlemen, what does everybody have for their Super Bowls? I have Jags versus Hawks.
I have Pats versus Hawks.
I have Denver versus the Hawks.
Bills versus Hawks. We all have
Yeah,
different
we all
matchups.
have the Hawks. Yeah, I like that.
My dad also has Broncos and Hawks.
Broncos
Okay.
and Hawks. God.
So, let's start
we-
with
we
you,
agree.
Matt.
There's the Hawks are taking it. I think regardless of who you put on the AFC side of the ball, as long as Darnold doesn't, turn the ball over, I think the Hawks are winning the Super Bowl.
Okay. Dad.
I have the same. I remember I had Seahawks in Denver, and as much as I know for Matty P wants a different outcome here, I think we're almost. It's going to be. I think it'll be, if those two teams do end up being there. Yeah, we got a 20-15 type game. I mean, it's not going to be anything like the first time we met up.
Yeah.
But I do think we're. I can't even believe we're saying it too, that we're all on that same page. I wouldn't have predicted this when the season started, but glad to say that I do think if they play the way they've been playing, they're going to pull it off.
Okay.
My dad's not on the same page because while he has the same match with
Oh.
Broncos Hawks, he thinks the Broncos are going to take this in the playoffs.
Matty P's happy.
We'll
He's
see
got to
what
vote.
happens there.
Cool, Chris, you're dead to me.
I've got Pats and Hawks. I've got the best defense in the NFL against the best offense, I think, in the NFL.
Really?
Drake, well, right? I think you points wise and everything else like that. Aren't the Pats like?
You got
top three in multiple offensive categories?
Two-headed running back. Those two backs are studs.
Listen,
match up really well against us.
You take away that running back, and the Patriots are cooked.
Well, yeah, you take away freaking Tom Brady and the Patriots are cooked. You take away weapons, teams are going to be cooked.
Nah,
Man.
dude. They got one running back. Who do they have at
Ramondre
receiver?
Stevenson's
They got
scored like 4
Stephon
touchdowns.
Diggs, who's has
out?
been.
He's out. And then you've got Kayshawn Booty,
I don't think
who's
he's out.
No, he played last
No,
weekend.
he's still playing.
I thought he still played.
No,
Until-
Matt,
No.
Matt
Until there's an
Collins is
actual
the one that's out.
conviction, Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Matt Collins, he's gone for the rest of the year. That was one of his huge targets. Who else do they have?
Hey, but you're
Hunter
saying
Henry,
Henry.
Sean Booty.
Drake May's going to win the MVP.
But now, hold on a second. No, I will say I don't want. I definitely don't want that to happen. But look at the matchup there. We both have two backs. Mm-hmm. Good two backs.
Yeah.
We both have good quarterbacks. Mm-hmm. We both have distinct, good receivers. Ones. Twos are okay.
Yeah.
They're not that, and the defenses on both
Our
teams are
special
good.
teams kick their ass, though.
Adding Shaheed. When we got him,
yeah.
But I mean, that's. If they get there, that's going to be on paper.
Yeah.
I don't
I
know.
think
match
it goes
teams.
the same way as it did with the Broncos and the Hawks, where the best defense versus the best offense.
Yeah.
I think we
saw
could all
that
agree,
goes.
though, Tommy. We would want to see that matchup just for nothing else. Revenge. That game is such a tummy ache to Hawks fans around the world.
Which is why I do have the Hawks beating the Pats. I think that it's going to be
Get that
that would be very fun. But I think that Drake May wins the MVP and that is made looking silly against the Seahawks. I mean, you look at like numbers and statistics and everything else like that. This Seahawks defense does not have the names, but they're borderline better than Legion of Boom.
They're calling themselves the dark side.
Dark side is what I'm hearing too.
That's cool.
They don't have the Richard Sherman level names, or who was the linebacker?
Cam Chancellor.
Yeah.
You're talking about the old one, right?
The old
Yeah,
one.
they don't have
Yeah, 'cause
any of
that's Almond
those
Worry now. That's
names.
a rookie. Yeah, everybody's young kids. They're all kids.
Yeah, Witherspoon, Emin Worry is Job, Bryant. Those are all of our new guys.
So I've got Hawks over the Pats for my Super Bowl champion, but the Hawks have got to keep the Patriots under probably 17 points. If the Patriots cross that mark, the Patriots win that game.
Okay. My final matchup is the Jags versus Hawks Super Bowl. So you've got
That's
one
crazy.
that appeals to Michaela. You've got one that appeals to Matt. I've got one that appeals to my boy Randall.
Randall.
And here's my personal take. I feel like a Jags Seahawks Super Bowl would be the most exciting out of all the Super Bowls, only because the Jags are crazy. And so I just feel like they would do so much. They'd lose because I think they'd be doing too much and they'd be taking too many risks. I think T-Law is not as steady in the pocket as those other quarterbacks, which is why this would be just a high-flying game, in my opinion. But I do have the Seahawks winning no matter what. So
Yeah.
One thing I do like about any of these kind of matchups, at least we're not going to see the same type of scenarios we've seen year in and year out.
we are
with the same
not seeing
teams.
the freaking Chiefs in a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Thank you, God.
I think everybody's
Goodness.
grateful for that.
And
I
the
don't know.
Eagles aren't going to make it that far.
I don't think
so.
they're going to make it to,
I
the,
hope
to the
not.
end there.
I tell you what, if the Eagles make it to the Super Bowl, then this whole season was a bust.
Again, I think they lose on Sunday.
I hope so.
No.
I mean, I don't want to see the 49ers
I mean, I can
either,
see that
but-
happen. I mean, yeah, I don't either because that means we're playing them.
Now, for all of our big, bold predictions and thoughts, the Panthers are going to beat the Rams and then somehow topple the Hawks, and they're going to end up in the NFC Championship.
And we can just chuck all this in the trash. Right.
I was gonna say all four of ours have the Hawks going to the Super Bowl, so that would be unfortunate. The second the Hawks are out, then all four of ours are trashed.
I like it.
No, this has been really good. Well, thank you guys for
Good idea,
joining
Nick.
us.
Thanks, Tommy.
Yeah, thanks, Nick. Me and Matt are also late for our meeting now.
Are we?
Oh, shoot. Yeah.
It's okay. It's fine. It's fine.
It's-
But no, we want to thank everybody for listening to Desert Highway Radio and Generational Talent. Our last episode, because we missed last week, but the one that we recorded 2 weeks ago, where the Hawks beat the Rams, was our highest listened to episode, and I didn't even pay for promotional stuff. for it.
Nice, dude.
Yeah,
We
we
pay for listeners.
On the come up.
we hit 100 listeners, and I didn't have to do anything. So I'm like, oh, cool, that's great. And most of them from Singapore for some reason. But whatever, we'll take what we can get. It's a good half and half. Half in the U.S., half in Singapore. I'm
Are
like,
we dubbed? We must be dubbed.
but yeah, no. So thank you guys. Appreciating Matt and Nick for coming on.
Fins up.
If you guys, if you like the trio of Matt, Tommy, and Nick, make sure you tune in to Mic'd Up and Mildly Qualified, the pop culture comedy podcast. And from all of us here at Desert Highway Radio, enjoy football. Go Hawks.
Go Hawks.